Hey everyone, it's Lisa Mears here, and I'm so excited to share with you some new products from Scrapbook.com. They were so nice to send me these products, and I want to take a minute and share them with all of you. There are paper pads, storage items, stencils, dies, and stamps. Some of these items you may have seen if you've been shopping on their site recently, but this is the first time I'm getting these products in my hands. Now, before I show you the products, I want to let you all know that I will have individual product links for everything that you see here today, and those product links will be in the description box of this video. So if anything catches your eye, or if you want to just find out more information about the products, check the links in the description box below. And as always, I appreciate when you click on my links because it does help support me. So in case you didn't know, Scrapbook.com always has coupons for free products. And most days there's always something that is free and all you have to do is pay shipping. When I see that Scrapbook.com is offering freebies, I always like to post about it on my Facebook page as well as on my YouTube community page so that you all can take advantage of these amazing deals. And here's a couple of freebies that I recently received. To celebrate the World Card Making Day, they were giving away this sticker that you can peel off and put on, let's say, a water bottle or on your laptop or wherever you want to include this sticker. And this was a freebie last week, but it's not currently one of the freebies they're offering. However, this die, it's the Cozy Autumn A2 Wreath Die. This one is still a freebie. So I will have a link down in the description box below, which will take you to the page where you can just add it to the cart and pay shipping. And then this was another freebie I got last week. This is the Petite Bow Die, and unfortunately this one is not a freebie currently, but if you like this die, I will have a link to it down below. And the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine is also a freebie over at scrapbook.com, and I always like to pick up the new issue because there are so many ideas, so much inspiration in here to kind of get your juices flowing for when you're trying to design a card or even a scrapbook page. And there's also new products by different companies. They do advertise in here, and you can see some of the latest products. So be sure to check out this magazine if you don't already have it, or if you just want to see the current issue. They do offer it for free over at scrapbook.com. All right, let's get into some of these new products. This first item, this is the Pink's Smooth Cardstock Paper Pad, and their smooth cardstock is not new over at scrapbook.com, but this particular paper pad is new, and it is just a paper pad full of different shades of pink cardstock, and they are all cut to A2 in size. Now they do offer this pad in a 6x8, and they also have these smooth cardstock paper pads in a variety of other colors as well. Next is the Joyful Smooth Cardstock and Matching Pattern Paper Pad. So the smooth cardstock is there on the left, and it has all of the colors that you can find in this pattern paper pad. And I'm just flipping through here so you can see the different patterns. So each of the sheets here have two patterns, one on the front and one on the back, and they are 5 sheets of each pattern, and there's a total of 16 patterns in this pad. And this particular collection, the Joyful collection, this is great for your autumn and fall cards because just look at the color palette in here. It's so pretty. As I said, these are 6x8 size, and they also come in A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Next, I have the Noel pattern paper pad, and this is also a 6x8 paper pad, and this is perfect for your Christmas cards. I think these papers are so pretty. This one and then the next one that I'm going to show you, they're all about Christmas. So I'm going to flip through here real quick so you can see what these look like. And just like with the last paper pad, each sheet has 2 patterns, front and back. There are 5 sheets of each, and there's a total of 16 patterns, and this one also comes in the A2 size as well. The last paper pad that I have to share with you is the Mary pattern paper pad, and I think this is my favorite out of all three of them. It has the lighter colors for Christmas. This is also a 6x8 pad and comes in A2 size, but look how cute these designs are. There's some snowmen, there's pinks and reds and the oranges. So pretty. Christmas trees. There's some holly with berries. I love the candy cane stripe design and these candy canes on the back side. There's some teals in here, some more candy cane stripe with teals and pinks. Oh, I love this paper pad so much. There's some more snowmen. And then that's it for the designs in the Mary paper pad. There is a new stencil. This is the Butterflies stencil. Now, what's unique about this is not only it has these beautiful butterflies that you can stencil onto your cardstock, but it is A2 in size. And if you have any of Scrapbook.com's stencils, you'll know that usually they are 6x8, and this one is smaller and it will fit perfectly on the front of an A2 size card. Next is the Joyful Wishes stamp and coordinating die set. It has this large high. There's some butterflies and flowers and some one-line sentiments in there. And then there's also the dies that you can use to cut them out. Now, some of you may have picked this up, I think it was last week when Scrapbook.com was having a really good deal on this set as well as the Joyful Pattern Paper Pad Bundle. But they do sell these individually, so if you miss out on that deal, you can purchase these individually as well. Next are the Wild Blooms rub-on transfers, and this set contains 2 sheets of the rub-on transfers, and you can see there are lots of florals in here and some butterflies. I'll go ahead and take these out of the package just so you can see both sheets. And if you're not familiar with the rub-on transfers, they do have this little popsicle stick that you would use to press onto the rub-on transfer onto your cardstock and get that transferred onto your cardstock. And you can make some really pretty cards with this. You can even do some decor with these rub-on transfers. And I have a video on my YouTube channel showing how to use these, and I will link that down in the description box below, as well as in the top right corner of this video, just so you can see how they're used. There's so many different kinds. Here's another one, Winter Florals. You can use these for some winter cards. There's some beautiful reds and greens in here. There's some wreaths, really, really pretty. And there's so many different ones that Scrapbook.com has on their website, from birthday, there's some faith-based ones, and so many more. Okay, this die set is the Joyful die set. This is really pretty. It's a circle die, and you also have this word thank you, and there's some butterflies here and some flowers, and you can really use this for a nice centerpiece on a card. And look at all the dies that it includes. There's so many here. There's 22 pieces. Next up is the Cozy Foliage die set. There are 13 dies, lots of leaves. Perfect for your fall cards. There's even a pine cone in there. There's a bow in there. So again, there are 13 pieces. I'm just turning this over so you can see what they look like when they're die cut. You can see all the different variety of leaves that you get with this set. Next up is a word die set. This is called Grateful Sentiments. There are 3 words on here. There's the word grateful, there is the word blessed, and the word thankful. And these are pretty unique because they have a little outline there in the middle, and then they also have that shadows. You can actually do 2 different colors there with your cardstock and get a really neat design. Okay, the next set of dies, these are several word dies that Scrapbook.com has put out. This first one is the Congrats and Good Luck 6-piece set, and each word has 3 dies. So you have a shadow die. You also have another kind of like a little shadow there. You can see the medium green color, and then you have the actual word, which was die cut there with a lighter color. So each word has 3 dies, so you can get a really nice shading effect. This one is called Hello and Hi Friend. So again, you can see the 3 different color pieces of cardstock there that were die cut to make up those words. And then there's also the Hooray Happy Birthday. So this one you get the word hooray and the word happy birthday. And again, it's the same design style with the 3 different dies that you can die cut out of 3 different color cardstock pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and just do some die cutting and put these together just so you can see what these look like, because I actually haven't seen any other dies. There might be other dies out there on the market that look like this as far as word dies, but I really haven't seen any. So I want to go ahead and put this together for you just to show you what these look like. I'm going to do the happy birthday, and I'm going to take out the 3 dies that make up the words happy birthday. And I'm going to use the pink paper from the A2 size paper pad that I showed at the beginning of this video, and I'm going to take out 3 different color pinks. So the large shadow die I'm going to do with the darkest color. Then I'm going to take a medium color pink and do the second die, which has another outline to it. And then I'm going to take a lighter color paper and I'm going to die cut the words happy birthday. So you can see the dies and how they cut each piece. You can either use the words by itself without layering it up on all of those pieces of cardstock, or you can put them all together like I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to take the middle die and I'm going to add the words happy birthday to the dark piece of cardstock, which is my shadow layer. And then I'll just add the words on top. Just add glue and then stick them down as well, and that's my 3 layers. So you can see that you have the dark, medium, and light colors, and they're all showing for a really nice gradient and color. When you're adding the word happy, I almost made the mistake of trying to center it on that lighter pink cardstock, but you actually have to line up the left edge of those letters with the left edge of that medium shade of pink cardstock. So I'll show you again here with the word birthday, and when I add it to this die cut, you can see that the left edge of all of those letters is all lined up and even with each other. Another new product at Scrapbook.com is these Easy Grip Ergonomic scissors. They're 6.5 inches. I'll go ahead and take these out of the package. And it says on the back, they're perfect for fussy cutting, and they are a comfortable solution for arts and crafts. They have a stainless steel blade that cuts with precision for fine detailed work. So you can see that the handle on these scissors, it has this little grip. There's spots there for your fingers on the top. It has a cover for the blade that goes on and off there. There's also a little lever there that when you pull down, it will open it. You can see the spring inside, and now you're ready to do your cutting. And then when you want to close it, you can simply just push up on that little lever, close the blade, and put the cover back on to your scissors. So it does have that nice safety mechanism. And they're perfect if you have any issues with your hands because they are really comfortable and they're really easy to grip. So I'm just going to take out a piece of pattern paper here from this Joyful pattern paper pad. I'm going to find a flower in here and I'm going to do some fussy cutting just to see how these work. I'll pull out this sheet here and I'm going to cut out one of the flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and do my cutting, and I will say that it is really easy to do some fussy cutting on these paper pads. And those of you that have been watching me for a while, you guys know that I like to fussy cut images out of pattern paper pads. So it definitely is important for me to have a good pair of scissors, a pair that's not too big and bulky, that I can actually get into the fine details of the actual images that are on this paper pad. This blade, I will also say, is really sharp, and you're going to see that here in a minute because I'm going to do some other cutting and you're going to just see how sharp this blade is. Okay, so I went ahead and fussy cut that flower, and now I'm going to take out some dies, and a lot of you probably already know that some dies, when you get them, are connected together. They're not always cut apart. So I just wanted to test this and see if these scissors would cut these dies apart, and look at that, it actually did. So it cut through this metal of the dies. I'm just going to do a few more here, and it cuts them. So usually I use my wire cutters to do this, but these scissors actually cut through this metal to cut your dies apart. Now, if you decided to use these scissors all the time to cut your metal dies apart, I don't know if it will wear down the blade. Keep in mind that this is the first time I'm using them, so this is the first time that I've actually cut through these dies, so I can't give you that data because I haven't used them for a significant period of time, but I just wanted to show you that they are pretty sharp and they will cut through pretty thick material. Next, I want to show you some new organization items that are brand new to Scrapbook.com, and first off we have these stack and sort trays. They are the color Frost. They have the Scrapbook.com logo on the bottom, and they are stackable. So they have this little beveled edge at the bottom, and that's what helps them stack and stay in place. So I have 4 here. They come in a set of 2, 4, 6, and 12, so depending on your needs. Now these are great for die cuts. I know a lot of you probably get some card kits that have die cut shapes, or you might get pattern paper collections with die cut shapes and you need to sort through them, and you can put your die cuts in there and sort through them that way. You can also hold your sequins or any of your confetti if you're adding embellishments to your cards, and you can use those as you're working just to hold all of your little embellishments. And if it takes you several days, weeks, or whatever to complete a project, you can stack these up. So you can leave all of your items in the trays, stack them up, and just leave them on your desk and just kind of push them to the side. So that way you don't have to clean up after every time you are crafting. You can just stack them up and keep them in the trays. Scrapbook.com also has brought in some Crafty storage pouches. These have a zipper closure and they come in 2 sizes. So we have the small one and there's also a larger one. The small pouch measures 9.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and the large pouch measures 13 inches by 9.5 inches. You can either purchase them individually or you can purchase them in a 3-pack. These mesh bags are perfect for storing all sorts of card making supplies, from 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. You can see that it fits in here perfectly and there's still a little bit of room left over. If you subscribe to any card kits, you can put all your card kit contents in this bag. It also fits these paper pads. The 6x8 paper pads fit beautifully in these large mesh bags, and I'm actually putting in 6 paper pads, so 3 on each side, and I was able to zip this without any problems. So it was able to hold all 6 of those paper pads beautifully. Now this small mesh bag, this one's perfect for storing some of your small crafty tools, such as a craft knife or even your scissors. You can also put your adhesive in here. You can even store your markers or colored pencils in here. And if you go to crops, you can store your craft supplies in these bags and zip them up and take them with you. So this is great for storage on the go. This next organizer is called the 4-tier Stash and Stow Organizer, and it's stackable, and it also has a handle so that you can carry this around. When it's put together like this, it measures 9.75 inches tall by 7 inches wide and 10.7 inches long. And it has the closures on both the left and the right side, and there are a total of 4 trays in here, and each one of these comes apart. So it has a handle that you can carry it around your craft room, and I went ahead and took off the top cover, and the top tray has this divided white tray that you can use in the container or outside of the container. Now there's 3 trays underneath this first one. I'm just putting it back together here. I'm going to turn it on its side so you can see. And here's how you release it by just pulling down that handle. You can pull it down on the other side, and that will remove the top tray entirely. And then the second tray does not have one of the divided compartments. I'll go ahead and take that one off. The third tray also does not have one of the divided compartments inside, but the bottom tray does have another one of the divided compartments, just like the first one did. So you can see that you get 2 with the compartments and then 2 without. So you can use them in the tray or you can use them outside. It's really up to you. And then to stack them back up, just put each tray on top of one another and then lock the handles in place. I love how these trays are clear so that you can see what's inside of them. And speaking of what's inside, what can you put inside of these? So this one with the divided tray, I just put some washi tape and some of my Scrapbook.com mint tape in there. And then it will also fit these distress spray stains. So if any of you have any of these spray stains, you can fit them in your container without the divided bin. These bins would also be great to keep all of your pastes. So if you had different color pastes in jars, you can fit them in here. And notice I can also fit my Spellbinders 3D embossing folders. These are the large ones as well. These are the 5.5 by 8.5 inches and they fit perfectly in these bins. I'm also adding some of my Scrapbook.com slimline sized paper pads. They fit perfectly in here as well. And there's a little room at the top of that tray that you can add some miscellaneous supplies. And the 6 by 8 paper pads fit perfectly in here too. I'll go ahead and take out these embossing folders and I'll stack my A2 size paper pads in here too. And you can put them both on the left and right sides and get quite a bit in here. You can also use the divided container to fit embellishments. Here I have several different little shaker bits that are in these little Ziploc bags and I can put them in these divided containers. And you don't have to use this divided container. You can take it out and get the depth of the large container and store some bigger supplies. Like here, I'm putting some embossing tools in here. So embossing powder, my heat tool, my Versamark ink, my powder tool. So anything I need for embossing, I can reach for this container and know that everything's in here for when I'm ready to do heat embossing. I do want to mention that when you have it stuffed like this, you're not going to be able to fit that divided container back in to the clear container. It will not fit. So you can either use that in another clear container or you can just have it off on your desk for some other storage in front of you as you're crafting. So I'm going to go ahead and stack all of these on top of each other and lock them into place. And I'm just going to turn this on its side so that you can see all of the craft supplies that are in there because it is clear storage. So you're able to see all your contents at once. So you can use that divided bin on your desk. So let's say, for example, you're working with a pattern paper pad with lots of die cuts, or you have a card kit with lots of die cuts. You can use that divided container to sort all of your die cut shapes. And you can leave that on your desk for easy reach when you are using your die cuts or even when you're scrapbooking, if that is what you enjoy. Okay, so this next organizer is called the Multi-Craft Storage Bin. It's pretty large. It's rectangular in shape. It has a handle on the front, and it also has a closure so that you can lock the lid in place. This organizer measures 15 inches long by 8.12 inches wide and 6.5 inches tall. This storage bin comes with these section dividers that you can use, or you can take them out. It's up to you. If you take them out, you'll have a larger storage bin here. It also has a marker tray, and you can take that out if you don't want to use the marker tray. It's up to you, so they're optional. So I'm going to go ahead and put this divider back into the large box, and I'll go ahead and take out the marker storage tray, and once you take it out, you'll see that there is another area there where you can add this divider. So if you wanted to have a box with 4 separate sections, you can do that, and you can organize different supplies in each one of the sections. You can also use this to store your greeting cards. So let's say you had some Christmas cards that you wanted to store in one section and birthday cards in another section. This is great for organizing your cards. It will also hold your A2 size paper pads. And if you wanted to have a little bit more room because maybe you had more paper pads that you wanted to store in here, you can always take these dividers out and use one of the larger sections for your paper pads. Here are some 6x6 paper pads, and I just want to show you that they will fit as long as you don't have them standing completely straight, because if you do, the tops of the pads will go over the top edge, but they will fit if you just have a few of them and you put them in there a little bit slanted. If you have sprays and you wanted to have them standing up instead of laying on their sides, you can also store your sprays in this box, and they do fit perfectly in here, and you're not going to have any problems closing the lid. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the marker tray back in this box, and you can see that the side of the marker tray has these little hooks that will allow you to put those hooks right into the side of the clear storage bin, and it will enable that square marker tray to stay in place. And then you can add your markers in here. And this tray is going to hold 72 markers. So if you go to a lot of crops, this would be good to hold your markers. And then in the back part, you can put maybe your larger supplies such as adhesive, stamps, glue, and different things like that. So be sure to check out all of the new products over at Scrapbook.com. And if you're interested in anything that you see here today, check the description box below for product links. And once again, I always appreciate when you click on my links because it does help support me. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.